Need some fast, cheap, reliable MUT coins? Go to MMOXP.com and use discount code MONEYSHOT for 5% off your order. Link in the description below. Welcome back, YouTubers and Madden fans. This is Madden Money Shot, sniffing up the Madden cheese as always. Got some plays for you today, some defensive plays out of the Vikings playbook. I'm in the 4-6 normal, which as far as I know is also in the Bengals. I'm not sure how many other playbooks it's in, but I did an ebook on the Bengals a couple years back, and it was in there then. It was one of the better defenses back then. It's still really good. I'm going to show you some plays. I was forced to use the Vikings defense because I picked their offense in the Draft Champions. I'll have some gameplay of that for you guys coming out pretty soon. You can see this defense live and direct, but it's a really good run defense, a really good pass defense. A couple of plays I'm going to show you out of the 4-6 normal that you can use if you have either custom books or you're using one of these defenses. A really good way to set them up. I picked the Vikings defense because of their offense. I really like their offensive playbook when I did their ebook. So you know, I didn't realize until I got into the game that they don't have a 3-4, which is typically what I run. But let's go ahead and like I said, I'm going to show you how to run two plays specifically out of this defense that are going to be really good. So I'm going to set up my audibles right off the bat. We're going to set up the, I mean, the cover one hole is pretty good. The inside blitz is pretty good. And the cover two invert's already in this. So I pretty much have everything I need from my three audibles. My favorite play out of this defense is going to be the rush outside, though. So if I were to set up my audibles, I would have all four plays just like that. So I have a pretty good selection no matter what my opponent is running. Other than that, I mean, how you want to set this defense up, you have two choices. You can either go through and manually substitute some fast players on the edge here, which we can also take away, you know, like Anthony Barr here. Say I wanted to substitute him outside and put him as an outside linebacker in this package. That'd be a pretty good option because, like I said, those outside guys are really going to do the most work. Other than that, you can also just hit the right stick to the left, or sorry, to the right one time, and now you have a speed package, which I think because I did a substitution kind of took away that option. So you can either do one or the other. You can either do the speed package, which, like I say, just flip the right stick to the right, and you can see how it changes. Now I have a cornerback in at the where 42 was, and I have a cornerback in where the inside linebacker was. So, like I said, those spots, I typically just make a manual substitution and put in a linebacker because personally, I use this mostly as a run defense a lot of times. But if I'm using it as a pass defense, I definitely want to do that. I definitely want to do the speed package option. Before I start the video, I just want to let you guys know if you go to MMOXP.com right now, you can get your MUT coins ordered and delivered within the next 10 minutes. They're fully loaded on PS4 and Xbox, and they also offer the cheapest coins on the market. So check that out. Link in the description below. Other than that, let's get into the video. So typically how I want to set this play up, I mean, this is perfect. They came out in a 2 tight end set, because this to me ultimately is against people that like to run heavy, especially to the outside, because I just want to move these guys out. I mean, this guy's already kind of outside of the tight end, but if I really want to stop outside runs, I just want to move him outside, because basically that's what this plays for. I want to get this alignment as far as possible, so essentially, you know, any outside runs should get stopped. I also want to QB contain 9 times out of 10, and then if I QB contains a lot of times really helps them get the edge on blocking, which is ultimately what this play is trying to do. I can leave the defensive line alone. I can run it just like this, or if I think that I want to take away any inside runs a little bit better, I can pinch, and it's going to do a really good job on that as well. And then I'm just going to user this guy right here, because essentially, you know, this is basically the middle linebacker spot. So if you're not comfortable using the safety, you might have a little bit of trouble. But ultimately, you know, you can see, I mean, it's really tight coverage. You got about 2 yards there. So if you're not comfortable using the safety, this might take some adjusting for you. But you can always just user one of these man routes. Like I said, this guy here, he's kind of a free defender anyway, because if I'm trying to get pressure on a pass play, especially, I don't find that I need both of these guys in the QB contain, because one of them does a pretty good job on their own. So in that scenario, if I really want to, I could always either, you know, I can man the running back like this, and then I can, you know what I mean? Like, there's a couple scenarios that if I want to, I could really alter this defense. But ultimately, like I said, I like running it the aggressive style, try to get an additional, you know, an additional pass rusher to their blocking. Like I said, right here, this looks like a run anyway. I mean, it's a deuce close. And like I said, you can see, I mean, man coverage is really tight this year, especially after the patches. So to me, you know, man's really the way to go. Like I said, there's a couple different plays out of this that I'll use in the scheme, and I'll show a couple more in a minute. But anytime you have a 2 tight end set, I typically want to make sure that I try to base align my pass rushers outside of those defensive players. So right here, we can just try to cut that down. That's a zig route. Zig routes are going to beat man. Certain routes are going to beat man. You just have to be aware of that. So when I do play like this, I mean, this is really, they haven't run the ball yet, but this is really a good play as far as what I basically make my own run fits. Whenever I hear people talk about run fits, I don't really follow because I make my own run fits. You know what I mean? Like this is not something that you know, I let EA do for me. I create my own, and that's why I have a really good time, you know, easy time stopping run plays. So hopefully we'll get a run play here. It looks like we do. It's a perfect outside run play, which is exactly what I want. I don't get to tackle right off the bat. So like I said, I don't press when I run man. I don't find that it helps. I find they run really good coverage if you don't press. So here we have that 3 tight end look. Like I said, I'll get pressure off of this backside if in case it is a pass play. But I just want to make sure, you know, in this scenario, I want to have this cornerback outside to try to take away that outside leverage because I don't think that safety is going to make it. So right here, like I said, I can use this running back where essentially I'm going to be using the tight end in the slot position there or the inside tight end. And I can run it just like this, and they're just doing a quick pass. Like I said, that's not going to work against man. But that's one play that I use quite a bit. The other play would be the cover 2 invert. Now, this is a scenario, if I still want really good run defense, I still have it. If I just bring these guys down and put them on hard flats, all I got to do is hit the Y or triangle button and down the right stick. And now I got a hard flat where they're still going to cover the run really well outside. I can still use this guy because you can see he's in a mid read, so it'll look the same to my opponent, you know, regardless of what they've been looking for. Right there, I just give up the underneath play. Not a big play though. Like I said, this is something that's going to take away deep stuff, which is pretty much the idea. So I have my option whether I want to do the, I'm going to mix these 2 plays in pretty much the entire game, and I'll have pretty good defense throughout because, like I said, I'm still covering the run really well with these hard flats. They're still going to shoot down to these gaps outside, and then I can use this inside. I could also put him on a mid third. A lot of times people have trouble, you know, you put an inside third. I'm sorry, yeah, you put him on an inside third so you don't have to worry about that, and then you can use one of these outside linebackers that are a little bit, you know, less on the user in this scenario. So it'll look the same because I have the safety down in the box, or the linebacker rather, and then you can see, like I said, those outside hard flats are going to do a really good job maintaining the outside run. So, like I said, it's up to you. Want to be ultra aggressive? You want to go ahead? You want to, you know, switch this up? I mean, your opponent's going to start trying to beat the man concept anyway. They're going to start hitting you with quick slants and all kind of stuff. If you go ahead and you eventually hit them with this, they're not going to see this coming, and then they're going to be throwing picks. That's the bottom line. I mean, this is the exact same look as the man look, and then you can see how, I mean, like I said, the run defense on this is shut down on both sides. Another really good ultra aggressive play is the inside blitz. If you just go ahead and you switch to the inside blitz, usually the guy on the running back, QB contain, you're going to have a very similar look, and you're going to get a lot of good pressure right up the middle. A lot of times I like to spread these guys out, though, when it comes to the inside blitz, because you need a little bit of gaps, a little bit of spacing. So like I said, right there, I mean, he's got to get rid of it quick because the pressure's coming. He only gets about a yard to the tight end, and you can see how that works. The inside blitz is a pretty good option for run defense as well, as you can see. Sometimes I'll come down here with this cornerback, just try to you know, occupy a blocker long enough that one of my other guys can get through. And this, like I said, the zig route, he beat me with the zig route earlier. He's going to beat it there again. That's just a good play against man. That's just how it works. You know what I mean? Can't stop every route. The zig route's going to be a really good one. So here we go once again. Like I said, we have the inside blitz. Try to get a little pressure here. And you can see, I mean, we're getting, you know, we get some pressure. We get a sack. Actually, I should have had the running back there in the flat. That was my fault. But you know what? It didn't matter. Because like I said, these are some pretty good pressure plays. You know what I mean? This is a good pressure defense. So it bailed me out. So here we go once again. Gonna go ahead. We're gonna, you know, I got a feeling it's gonna be a pass, but yeah, we'll just keep it in the outside look. So here we go. And we do get a run, of course. But like I said, we got a free runner. I had a feeling the run was coming. It just seemed like the right time for them. So as far as deciding, like, you know, what type of blitz I want to run between these two, the inside blitz and the outside blitz, I just really have to know my opponent's tendencies. I mean, if they're coming out in 3 tight end sets and they're running to the sideline a lot, then it's really going to make sense to come out in this play, because this can stop the inside run too. Obviously, all I got to do is pinch the defensive line, and you can see how there's really nowhere to go. So if they're running outside a lot, which one of the gameplays I'm going to put out, my opponent he was running a lot of deuce close stretches, then that's what you want to do. If they're running inside a lot, obviously this would be a better variation. And even if it's not, you know, if they're not running at all, I mean, as far as a blitz goes, they're both really good, but the inside blitz, if they're under center, makes more sense. And if they're in a shotgun, the outside blitz makes more sense. So here we go. We're going to go ahead. We're going to get that sack on some crossing routes. That was actually like a max protect, I think. Let's go and let's watch the replay real quick, because I only saw 3 wide receivers in the route. So we do have, it looks like there's 7 guys blocking, and we still get a instant sack from one of the outside, from the edge rusher right there. So that's just, like I said, you're just going to get, some good looks. So 7 blocking, 6 going in, and we still get an instant sack. So like I said, the pressured blitzes are really what this defense are about, especially when it comes to run plays. But if they start hitting you with, some slants and stuff like that, then you just want to switch it up to this. It looks very similar. You can still have really good run defense with these hard flats. And now they're going to be throwing into, they're going to be surprised when they see people dropping back when they're expecting man, and they're going to be throwing a lot of picks. And then right there, we're still getting some pretty good pressure. So it's just a really good defensive scheme overall. So that's it. That's the vid. If you guys want to see more defensive schemes, I definitely still have a good one I want to put out from the 5-2. I'm also, like I said, I'm going to put out gameplay from this using this defense, so make sure to check that out when that comes out. I got some really good gameplays out of a Draft Champions I'm playing right now. But other than that, like I said, that's it. That's the vid. If you want to see more defenses, hit the like button or let me know in the comments section. And that's it. Thanks for watching, man. Money Shot out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.